Bagaimana David Beckham mempengaruhi masyarakat untuk bergaya hidup sehat dan apa peran AIA? Ikuti wawancara saya. David, Stuart, welcome back to Jakarta.
Thank you. Selamat pagi.
Selamat pagi. So, Stuart, how did the partnership came to be?
So we thought about how do we bring our brand promise to life, helping people live healthier, longer, better lives. And we thought, who really could best personify that promise? Who has the humanity, the humility, but also the commitment to health and wellness and the influence to help us really shape a movement to illustrate the importance of health and well-being across Asia. And there was no choice. It had to be David.
And why did you choose David to involve in insurance and specifically with AIA?
Well, I think that obviously, what Stuart said is, I think that I've been an athlete for many years, for 22 years professionally. I've always looked after myself on and off the field. And now, obviously, being a retired athlete, I still look after myself. So it's important to me. I also have a big family. I have 4 children that I want to live, a healthier, longer lives. And that's what I try to promote with them. So obviously when Stuart and AIA approached me about being an ambassador and promoting, this healthy living, it was an easy decision for me, to be part of a company that wants to change people's lives, that wants to, bring a lot more health and happiness and, into people's lives. It was a very easy decision for me.
And why is David the right fit?
Because David is the image, the voice, the influence, the persona, the character, the role model, the example that brings our brand promise to life.
And David, you're the ambassador for UNICEF as well as many other global brands, and now with AIA. And how do you choose which company or organization that will match the brand David Beckham?
I don't always think that making those decisions is about, what's good for the brand. I think it's what's good for people more than anything, and to get involved with certain companies, to get involved with certain brands. I'm very lucky to have people approach me and want me to be part of their companies and their brands, and that's important. But picking the right ones, is a bigger thing, is a lot more difficult than just being part of so many brands. So take UNICEF for instance. They approached me 16 years ago, and asked me to get involved in an organisation that actually does so much for so many children around the world. And again, that was I was very honoured to be approached by Kofi Annan and to be an ambassador. And now obviously 16 years on, we've done a lot of great things together. It's one of my number one passions. It's one of my number one importance in my life. And it's something that I love doing. It's something that I really enjoy. Obviously with brands like AIA, again, it's changing people's lives. So I like to be part of, I like to be part of movements. I like to be part of something that's making a real big difference, and I'm very lucky to have that in my business side of things.
So speaking of movement, why is health and wellness is so important for AIA, and what is the business case?
So as people across the region become wealthier, unfortunately we haven't seen the correlation to improved health. We still see the proliferation of lifestyle diseases. People aren't getting smallpox and typhoid and tuberculosis the way they used to. It's all about the 4 critical factors: smoking, drinking, not enough exercise, and poor diet. These risk factors that are contributing to heart attack, stroke, diabetes, hypertension. So it's an alarming trend. And we as a life and health insurer want to encourage our customers and the people across Asia to help reverse this trend, but we have to help change behavior. David is very passionate about health. David has tremendous capacity to help us build this movement, change behavior. We want people to live longer and claim less. So the business case is extraordinarily powerful for AIA.
And David, why are you passionate about health and wellness?
I think because it's the future of our children, it's the future of our children's children, and I think that if we start now, you know, it's not too late. It's not too late to you know, eat better, you know, do more fitness, you know, and it's one of the things that we've said many times. So it's the small things that make a real big difference.
And Stuart, so can you give us a background of what's your why campaign?
So in our effort to encourage people to live healthier lives, we're trying to drill down and say, what are people's underlying motivation? How do we get people to really understand what's going to move them, drive them to make these important little steps, these changes to lead a healthier life? So the campaign with David was an illustration to establish David as our brand ambassador, but also to provoke these questions, and it provoked a massive amount of interaction, more than 40 million views of our TVC, a tremendous amount of engagement with our customers, our agents, our people, seeing David in the light as our ambassador, but also provoking this recognition that if I make some small changes in my life, I can live a lot healthier. The learning from the campaign ultimately told us that it isn't really a what, it's a who. It's our children, it's our spouses, it's our families. For these critical people in the core of our existence, living a better life is really what they want for us, what we want for them.
So David, what is your why?
Well, my why was my family, my children, and I think that came across in the campaign.
Yeah.
You know, other people have different motives and motivations, but my particular why was my children and who was my children. So, you know, I want to set the right example for them. And it's not to say that we can't have, you know, our things that we love to eat sometimes. It's not all about preaching that all the time, but, you know, it's important for the kids to see, you know, daddy eating the right things or daddy drinking the right things, and, you know, kids listen sometimes.
Most of the time they do. So.